So there are a lot of people asking me, why do you keep living in Greece? There are places much more well organized, or there are places out there where you can get more money for the thing you do. And here is my answer. Let me paint you a picture first. You wake up 6 o'clock in the morning, you have your coffee, you are 7 o'clock in your work, and 7:30 this happens. And because of crazy stuff like this, I'm not leaving Greece. So enjoy.
Πού πήγε? Εκεί έχει πει. Ωραία μαλάκα. Ο άλλος τραβάει βίντεο. Ρε μαλάκα μου. Χώρα γάντια Γιώργο.
Δεν δείξατε τη συμβλαγή.
Hello fellow modelers and styling fanatics. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing fine and enjoys the hobby. Concrete Bunker has another freshly baked broadcast for all of you to enjoy. Today's menu consists from nothing else than the final reveal of our Lancia HF Integrale build for Keith's GT group build, and also as my father appreciation build. And now it is the time for you, my friends, to grab a seat and crack the mandatory cold one, because I can hear the Integrale coming. And here she is, finally finished. It was a long trip to look like this, as most of you already know. Lots of fun though. Anyway, since the last time you have seen it, I have managed to make it in one piece, and I mean I installed every panel to the main body, the glasses and the wheels, and I have also applied all the decals and detail pieces like the hinges and the hood, etc. Let's take a closer look. Here is the underneath part. The door is almost movable, but I cannot close it. There is nothing better I can do for the glass over here, as you can see. I should have installed it before. Anyway, as I said, I will give you 2 pointers to keep in mind only. One is to leave the front bumper unattached until you position the body onto the chassis, and the second one is about the fuel cap over here. As you can see, the fuel cap connects with a tube that goes to the interior over here at the back. Anyway, about the fuel cap, you need to attach the cap to the rest of the tube, then attach the body on the chassis, and then feed the fuel cap with the tube inside, as you take a look from the rear window to see where it's supposed to go. These 2 tips will make the process of the assembly much easier for you. About the decals now, due to an unfortunate event, I cannot remember much, but I have some footage. Who knows what happened? Well, good morning everyone. It's past George. It's early in the morning of Sunday, and I'm currently having my coffee and applying the decals on the Lancia, and I'm here to give anybody who builds the same car a word of advice. Hey, what are you doing with my camera? Oh no, it's the other guy. Come closer, come closer. Ow! Now I took care of him. We can continue. So, as you flip the pages for the decal, you're gonna find this one as the first page. Be careful, because you must first apply the martini colors and then all the other stuff. I was almost ready to apply all the other, but I realized that the martini colors have to go first. So I started with the upper side, moved onto the rear, and at the front, where I faced a problem with one decal, it's from this side. It was as I took it out from my jar of water, it has folded on itself and I damaged it a bit. So now I'm gonna move on to this side and I'm gonna start applying the first decals, and I mean this one and that one. The only thing that worries me is that this and this have to wrap around the hood and the front fenders, each one respectively. So I'm gonna start from the back and we're gonna see how it goes. Probably if the other George is still passed out, you're gonna see me again. See you after my try on the decal application. Well, I've changed my mind. I'm gonna do it in front of the camera so we can have witnesses if I fail. So here it is. I don't like big decals at all, but what we can do, I don't wanna cut it in half. So I'm gonna dip it in water and I'm gonna see what's gonna happen. Now, word from advice for anybody else, you should have not put it that. Instructions don't say it, but as I see it right now, this shouldn't have been in place. It would help the decal conform a bit more if it isn't in place. Now, I tried once to remove it, but I had no luck. Maybe I am luckier now. Oh, I am. So if you get a lot of my fat fingers in front of the camera, let's get most of the moisture out, get the surface wet with Tamiya Mark Fit Strong. That's the decal solution I have in hand, so that's the one I'm gonna use. Cross your fingers, your toes, whatever you have in hand, and let's go. You're gonna probably hear lots of Greek cursing. as I do it. Don't fold over here. Ah, okay. Okay. Oh, come on. Remember, this is supposed to be fun. Okay. Let's see. Let me grab a cotton bud. Oh, there is a lot of surfaces that it needs to conform. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. It's not gonna be a bit of a problem, it is a bit of a problem, but so let's give it another coat of Mark Fit. It should help. Let's leave it for a moment. Damn, that Martini livery is so cool looking, but it is so hard to get. I think that I've made it. Yeah, I've made it. I'm almost there. And of course I have my fingers on the way. All the time. So here is a word of advice from my experience. Small decals have no problems, but in application, but big ones like this definitely need a a decal solution like MarkFit or a Microsol, whatever you use. I choose to go with the MarkFit because it's one charge and it is more easy for me to use. Microset and Microsol, I'm not so familiar with them, but I will be trying them in the future because I want to see how they work. So decal solution is a must for brick decals like this, and I usually apply one layer before I apply the decal so I can move it all around in place, and then I apply another layer or 2 or 3 layers, not only one, as the decal sets in place. It depends how uneven the surface is, if I might say. Keep in mind though, as you give it more and more layers, the decal becomes more and more stretched, and you might tear it, so be careful of that. Work it slowly and gently. Wrinkles over here and over here. Slow and steady wins the race. So from the looks of it, I think that we have a success. I'm gonna pause the video right now, work it a little bit more because you don't need to see me do that. And probably I'm gonna film the one in the front also. So see you later, guys. Okay guys, change of camera angle, time for decal number 2, which is this one. And if you ask me, this is the most difficult part, because the most difficult decal because this angle over here has to conform over here, and all this has to wrap around the hood and the right fender. Anyway, we're gonna give it a shot and we will see how it goes. Into the jar of water. Let's get ready. I don't even know if if I lift it, if it's gonna help me. As usual, the coat of MarkFit goes on. First, now I'm gonna grab the decal. It doesn't. I find that Italeri decals don't need a lot of time in the water. I'm gonna keep it here in a tissue paper to get most of the moisture out. And once again, I need you guys to cross your fingers, mud flaps, toes, whatever you got, whatever you can cross, and let's go. I know my fingers are on the way. I can guess it. Oh, no. And let's get it to place. Roughly this is the place that it is supposed to go. roughly. Let's help it conform to the curves of the front fender first. I need to move it a bit back. Not bad at all. Yeah, there it is. That worked better than I imagined the first time. I'm gonna probably need to cut it over here so it will separate itself from the bonnet and the fender, so we can have the seam line, you know, the gap between those two. But I will do it after the decal sets in place and secure it, because you never know what happens when you try to cut a decal. Another pass of Mark Fittstrong. I'm not affiliated with Tamiya, but so I'm just calling it because I use it. And as long as we wait for it to dry, let's have a look. Here is the rear decal. As you can see, it conformed even better. I gave it another 2 coats and move on with the rest of them, and then I returned back and give it a good rub with my Q-tip, and onwards and backwards until I had this result. I reinstalled the fuel cap, as you can see, and now let's give it another rub with our Q-tip. This side. Once again, guys, I'm gonna pause the video. You get a general idea. You have seen that it is almost in place and needs small corrections here and there, and hopefully either you're gonna see it when it's finished, or you're gonna see it when I apply the decals on the other side. Maybe I'm thinking of making this a decal application video, but you never know. I change my mind all the time. So thank you guys for crossing your fingers, or whatever you crossed. Things worked out perfectly. See you in the next time. And with all that said and done, we have made it to the finish of this video. Don't go away, guys, yet. If you're interested, there will be a slideshow with the whole process of the build and a small historical info about the car. Before I go, I want to thank Keith for letting me take part in his group build. It was a lot of fun for me and a nice opportunity to build this vehicle. And I want to also thank each and every one of you guys for watching. I want to welcome any newcomers. I hope that all of you are enjoying my videos and what I do here. If so, you'll know what to do. Leave a like, comment with your thoughts and opinions, share the video, or even consider subscribing for more builds to come your way. Until the next time, fellow modelers and friends, take care and model on. It was that Mofo Damon, signing out. The Lancia HF 4-wheel drive is considered an icon of the Rally Championship's history. The Delta HF was produced in the second half of the 80s and participated in the World Rally Championship from 1987 to 1988, winning 2 world titles and achieving important results in a lot of competition as the Rally de Monte Carlo and the Rally San Remo. The Lancia Delta Integrale was the evolution of the Delta HF. It was introduced in 1988 and dominated the World Rally Championship, winning several constructors championship and an impressive number of competitions up to 1993. Updated in many aesthetic details that made it more muscular and aggressive, as the enlarged fenders and the new designed air intake on the engine bonnet, the Lancia HF Integrale was also improved in driving and engine performance. The 1995 cubic centimeter turbocharger engine increased its power up to 185 horsepower. The Lancia Delta Integrale dominated the World Rally Championship between the 80s and the early 90s.
Thank you.